Hello, this is Mrs. Hall. I just wanted to show you guys some problems for today's lesson, which is one-step equations. In a one-step equation, we are solving for the variable. So the goal is to solve for the variable. And what is a variable? A variable is a letter that represents an unknown number. So a lot of times you'll have X, Y, A, B. It can be any letter in the alphabet, okay? It's just some letter. It represents an unknown number. So, just throwing us into this just to show you how to do it. If I said you had X plus 1 equals 2, basically that's saying what plus 1 is 2. Well, we know that 1 plus 1 is 2, so we know X is equal to 1. But to solve for a variable, you do opposite, aka inverse, operations. So if they give you adding, the opposite of adding is subtracting. And if they give you multiplying, the opposite of multiplying is dividing. Don't forget, multiplication can look like this. It can also look like this. The symbols for multiplication, okay? So here they tell you X plus 1. So you're currently adding 1. We're going to draw a line down our equal sign. If you're adding 1, the opposite of adding is subtracting. So we're going to subtract 1, but in order to make this equation true, we're going to subtract it from both sides of the equal sign. That's why I have this line down the middle. So a plus 1 and a minus 1 will cancel. So my X will come down. My equal sign will always stay on this line. And now I have 2 minus 1. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So therefore, I can say that X equals 1. Alright, so let's look at another problem. As part of your worksheet that we're going to be doing today. Number 1, they tell you that 26 is equal to 8 plus V. First and foremost, I'm going to draw a line down my equal sign. Currently, you have a positive 8. It doesn't show you the positive sign, but it's an invisible positive 8, right? So the opposite of a positive is a negative, so we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. My 8's will cancel. I'll keep my equal sign. My V is what's left. That's going to come down. And I don't necessarily need the positive sign in front of the V, so I'm just going to put V. And 26 minus 8 is 18, I believe. Yes, 18. So you have 18 equals V. That is the same thing as saying V equals 18. Either way would be correct. Let's look at number 2. Number 2, we have 3 plus P is equal to 8. I'm going to draw my line down the equal sign. Again, I have an invisible plus sign because my 3 is positive. The opposite of a positive is a negative, so I'm going to do negative 3. because my goal is to get my variable by itself. Okay, so once I got my variable by itself, my equation was completed. So I still have to get rid of this 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0, it goes away. My p will come down, my equal sign will come down, and what's 8 minus 3? 8 minus 3 is 5, so p equals 5. And I can say we're done because my variable is by itself. So again, your goal solve for the variable aka get the variable by itself. Alright, let's look at number 3 in your worksheet. Number 3, we have 15 plus b is equal to 23. Our variable is a letter. Our letter in this case is b. And we want to get b by itself. Currently it's not because we have a 15 with it. Again, we have an invisible positive sign here because the number's at the front. The opposite of a positive is a negative, so we're going to subtract 15. My 15s will cancel because 15 minus 15 is 0. My b will come down, so my equal sign. And what is 23 minus 15? 23 minus 15 is 8. Is my variable by itself? Yes, it is. Therefore, we are done with the problem. Number 4, I have negative 15 plus n is equal to negative 9. We're trying to solve for n. That is the letter in this problem. We have to do the opposite of negative 15, which is a positive, so we're going to add 15 to both sides of our equal sign. When I add, these will cancel, and I have n equals, what's negative 9 plus 15? 6. Number 5. For number 5, I have m plus 4 is equal to negative 12. So our goal was to solve for m, the letter in this equation. Currently, we are adding 4 in the problem, and the opposite of adding is subtracting, so we will now subtract 4. 4 minus 4 is 0, which cancels, and negative 12 minus 4 is negative 16. M is by itself, therefore the problem is solved. Number 6, I have x minus 7 is equal to 13. Currently we are subtracting 7 from x, and the opposite of subtracting is adding. So we're going to add 7. That way when we add, our 7's on the left-hand side will cancel. We have x, and 13 plus 7 is 20. Is our variable by itself on one side of the equal sign? Yes, it is. Alrighty, number 7. I have m minus 9 is equal to negative 13. Our letter in this case, which is the variable, is m. I'm going to draw a small line down the equal sign. The opposite of subtracting 9 is adding 9. We're going to do that to both sides of the equal sign. Negative 9 plus 9 equals 0. So those cancel. I have m equals, and negative 13 plus 9 would be negative 4. Is my m by itself yet? Yes, it is. We're done with the problem there. We know that m is equal to negative 4. Number 8, I have p minus 6 is equal to negative 5. Our variable is p. The opposite of subtracting 6 is adding 6. So we will do that to both sides of the equal sign. Negative 6 plus 6 is equal to 0, so I can cross those out. I have p left on my left-hand side. Negative 5 plus 6 is 1. Our variable is isolated and by itself, therefore we are finished. I'm going to do 2 more here. For number 9, I have v minus 15 is equal to negative 27. We're currently subtracting 15 from v. We want to get v by itself. Sorry about that. So the opposite of subtracting 15 is adding 15 to both sides of the equal sign. Negative 15 plus 15 is 0. We have v equals, and negative 27 plus 15 is negative 12. V is by itself, therefore the problem is finished. And last but not least, number 10, n plus 16 is equal to 9. The opposite of adding 16 is subtracting 16. Do that from both sides. 16 minus 16 is 0. Trying to solve for n, so I have n on the left-hand side. And 9 minus 16 is negative 7, I believe. Negative 7. N is by itself, so we are complete. Alright, so you guys have a few problems to do. You guys will be doing numbers 11 through 30 for the worksheet. I hope this video helps. I hope you guys took notes if you need to rewatch this or pause it so we can help understand